Hello, good afternoon again. I think it's afternoon. Giving you an update. Okay, I know I'm recording this at the beginning of April, but I'm backtracking on to what happened. Where I left you, I'd had some headaches after my third treatment, and I'd been prescribed some more steroids to deal with that issue, and I was waiting to have a scan of my pituitary gland and an overall brain scan. So the scans were arranged for 10th of March, and it was in the MRI machine, just as previously. Scans were taken, and then it was just a question of waiting for the radiographers to do their report and see as I think what they were talking about is that possibly the immunotherapy treatment was causing some inflammation of my pituitary gland, which might have been causing the headaches and a few other bits and pieces. I have a bit of strange vision and a bit of underwater feeling in my ears sometimes, and I think it was just to see if any of it was linked. But they had already started me on a course of steroids to deal with the headaches that had worked, and whether that had reduced any inflammation by the time I was scanned or not, I would not know, not being a medical specialist. So I had the scans on the 10th of March. When I'm looking down, it's because I'm looking at the dates because I can't remember them all. And my next treatment was rearranged for the 24th of March. This was to be my fourth treatment, the official fourth treatment, after the official third one, after the failed third one. So 24th of March, so normal routine, had my bloods done 2 days before, speak to the nurse practitioner the day before the treatment when they order the drugs, and on the 24th of March it was planned that I would also have the antihistamines again, just to make sure that there was no adverse reaction. So there we go along to my fourth treatment, and hey ho, it all went to plan. No reactions, no nothing. By this time we gone right down on the steroids for the headaches to 1 a day or 5 milligrams or whatever the dose was, because I think the plan is to try and get you off them before you have your next infusion of the immunotherapy treatment. So that all went fine, and then a few days later, treatment on the Thursday. On the Monday, I had another meeting with the oncologist, which we did over the phone at my request as it was, because my partner had appointments and it was easier for us to do it that way than try and get me into the centre of town. The appointment with my doctor, oncologist, was to discuss the plan going forwards. And the plan going forwards was that I will now go down to one drug instead of the 2 drugs, continue it indefinitely, and continue to have the regular scans as I had been doing to see if the treatment was working. So by the time I had the meeting on the 28th of March, telephone meeting with the oncologist, I'd already had my 4 double sessions of the drug. The plan then is to have some more scans and a 6-week break until I start the 1 drug treatment, which was fine because I think it was probably quite a good idea for me to have a 6-week break. The day after I spoke to my doctor, oncologist, they probably had already started by this time. Actually, the headaches had started to come back. So I had to go back into the immunotherapy team, into the nurse practitioners, and be prescribed some more of the steroids for that. But luckily, again, within a few days, they actually worked. So headaches gone, colitis under control with other steroids, other bits of side effects hanging around, but not so serious, the vision, the hearing. But touch wood, I haven't developed any of the other lists of side effects. And the ones that I have had seem to be being managed very well. There is still the ongoing emotional aspect to it, which is a bit up and down. So the next procedure, all 4 double treatments done, update with the doctor, with the oncologist, and scans to be booked in. So my scans are now booked in for the 21st of April. So that's my next big thing, I suppose. 21st of April, I'll be having a scan on my kidney to see if the treatment has worked at all or has started to work, and a scan on my brain, I believe, to hopefully check that nothing else has grown. And then some point after that, hopefully not too long, I will be seeing the doctor again, oncologist, and getting some, what I'm really hoping for is going to be some good news, or at least not any bad news. So scans booked into the 21st. I've then got my first single dose of treatment at the beginning of May. So it's going to be a bit of a hectic period at the end of April, beginning of May. We've got scans, results of scans, and a treatment. So there's not really much more I can tell you until then. In the middle of this, I've also got a phone call from the psychology team, which, because of the nervousness and scared, I suppose, of having scans, having results, it could be a very good time to be speaking to them, because there might be some things that I suppose I want to express and let off about. So I will come back and do another video when I've got some more news. There won't be any news for a while. We'll keep on reducing steroids to deal with the side effects, and hunky dory, everything will be fine. Speak soon.